Hey, so just got done with today's workout. We've got 3 rounds for intensity and technique, 30 box jumps, 30 knees to elbows, 30 deficit push-ups. Let's talk through these. First of all, we're gonna have a 20-minute time cap on this workout. I think it took me like 15, something around that mark. And I kind of got crushed on these 2 things. So I'll talk about strategies and where I went wrong strategy-wise. But really, I think trying to think what's possible. I think 11, 12 is possible for elite level. But I think most people in that 15 to 20 range is going to be pretty normal. I think a lot of people are going to get capped if they're not scaling appropriately. So let's talk about it. 30 box jumps. This should be at a low height, meaning if you had to jump on and off it 30 to 50 times in a row, we're starting with 30, you should be able to. So this is a good kind of day to test. Can you just stay consistent, jump on and off 30 times without having to take breaks? And we want you to use a box that's low enough for you to be able to do that. Today is a great day to work bounding. That's where you come down, you'll see me doing it in the video, just bounce off of the ground. To develop your bounding, you gotta develop it on a really low box and go up. So we talk about a lot of the mistake people make is they use the box too high. It's too high for them to ever learn bounding, and so it's something that they want, but they're not willing to go down in height to learn the skill and build the skill up. So if you're interested in that, do it. You'll also see me, it's probably already happened at this point, you'll also see me mess up on a box jump. So keep in mind, even when it's low, you lose focus for 1 second and you can mess up on a box jump. Luckily, I've never caught my shin, but we've got a lot of people walking around the gym with bruises and scars on their shins from catching them. So always be sure you're using a box that's within your range because if it's a low and you mess up, you kind of have some wheel room to bail out. And if you're going too high and you mess up, bam, that's where the shin is. So we've got 30 box jumps, make sure it's low. 30 knees to elbows. We do a lot of toes to bar in here. We scale toes to bar with hanging knee raises. So don't confuse a hanging knee raise to knees to elbow. Also, don't confuse knees to tricep to knees to elbow. It's a lot harder to get those knees up. Even though that extra inch, it's a lot harder to get the knees up to those elbows. So a lot of people hear knees to elbows and they think easier than toes to bar. I don't know. I think personally it's harder than toes to bar. But I think everyone's going to kind of fall one way or the other. But regardless, it's hard, not easy. So don't look at these as easy. I think that was kind of the mistake I made. So we'll come back through and talk rep schemes, but we can always scale knees to elbows with hanging knee raises, and if your hands can't take it, we can do laying leg raises or candlesticks. Then we got 30 deficit push-ups. About a 3-inch deficit is good. You can put your hands on dumbbells, put them on bumper plates. That's what I did today. If you're not great at push-ups, maybe it's just a day you go push-ups. We can always do knees, and we can do bands also. So, rep schemes, strategies, we kind of know it's going to be a 10 to 20 minute workout, probably for most, a 15 to 20 minute workout. So 30 box jumps, no strategy here, go unbroken. You get out of breath on the box jumps, but I realized in the last round that I should be pushing the pace a lot more, because no matter how out of breath I was, these 2 things were muscle fatigue issues and not breath issues. But I didn't figure that out till the last round. So I was kind of pacing. I still went unbroken, but I can always speed up or slow down my box jumps up on top. And I was going a little slower. And if I would come out and do it again, I would have gone really as fast as I could on the box jumps. Knees to elbows. I came out on the first set and I did all 30 unbroken. In my dumb head, I was thinking I'm going to have a rest of my grip on the push-ups. I'm going to have a rest on my grip on the box jumps. And so really I can push the pace on the knees to elbows. But the reality is what I should have seen coming. I knew it. Just didn't think about it. Is once your grip and everything blows up and you get all that lactic acid and just junk built up in the arms, now you're trying to use your arms to press and there's just nothing there. So I did my 30 knees to elbows. I came out for deficit push-ups. I was kind of thinking I was going to do 5s or 10s. I knew backup plan was going to be 3s, and I came out the gate and rep 1 was hard. So you know after box jumps and knees to elbows, if that's the only thing, if rep 1 is hard on the push-ups, you're in a lot of trouble. So that was my big mistake, and it kind of set me up for just being kind of crunched for the rest of the workout. So really the strategy, like always, is come up with your strategy and feel you got to throw it out the window when stuff happens. So got to here, had to throw my strategy of 5 to 10 out the window. It was hard at 1, so I stopped at 3. And I just chipped away at 3s. I struggled counting today. I feel like I always struggle counting. So I might have done 30, I might have done 33. I don't think that affected my workout any. Next round, box jumps. That's where I started kind of feeling it halfway through of like, oh, I'm out of breath, but I hadn't really quite figured out that I needed to push the pace there. Knees to elbows, I went 7, 7, 8, 8. Whenever I'm unsure about a set, I do my smaller sets first. That way I don't go 8, 8, and then fall off a cliff. I go 7, 7. It's a hair more conservative, and I've got to bring it down from there. It's easier to bring those sets down. But I was able to go 7, 7, 8, 8. But I was really fighting for it. And again, I was really fighting for the 30. I was really fighting for the 7, 7, 8, 8. And that should have been a signal to myself that fighting for these too hard are going to make these a disaster, and it's going to make the next round even harder. Exactly what happened. Came out, I thought I could just do 3s. Got most of the way there and was like, I got to go to 2s. So I was down to doing just 2s on the push-ups. When you break things up into that many sets, it takes so long. Got back to the box jumps, figured out, got to push the pace, so I pushed it there, and then I was just done. I was like, okay, I'm just going to go 5s. I think I went 5, 5, 5 to get to 15, but those were like max sets. So then I got down to 3s, and 3s were really hard. Got here and did 2. So this was kind of a classic come out the gate, blow up, and just messes everything up. So I think I probably could have dropped my time by a minute or 2 if I would have come out the gate and probably just gone 8, 8, 7, 7 instead of all 30. And I think I could have not only gone 8, 8, 7, 7 the whole way through here, but I think my push-ups would have been light years ahead of that. So that's going to be my recommendation to you, is come out a little conservative on the first round of both the knees to elbows and the deficit push-ups, because if you blow up, you've got 2 more rounds of those suckers, and they can really, really eat up a lot of time. Enjoy this one. Make it look good. Talk to y'all soon.
listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.